Hi guys, I want to do a brush review of my absolute must-have brushes. And so I have brought with me my absolute favorites. And I have done other brush reviews where I compare one brush line to another brush line. This is my favorite brush line, which is Sigma Beauty. And you can find them at sigmabeauty.com. And when you go there, there is many different brushes that you can use. And for some reason, my chair needs to be... Okay, is this like a full chest shot or what? What happened to my other necklace? These are my initials. I hide not who my name is, because I don't think anybody's coming after me. Anyway, okay. I feel so much closer now. Okay, so I do have some other favorites. As you know, I do love IT Cosmetics, in particular, the Velvet Luxe line. But actually the IT Cosmetics brushes I highly recommend. So if you get an Ulta nearby, because I think they're exclusive to Ulta, and I'm not being sponsored by anybody, then there are a couple in here that are Ulta. And so let's just get started. Okay, before I get started, that was the start. So why do I say before? Because I've started now. But before any video starts, I sound like I'm hitting a gavel on a... Anyway, desk. There's three things I do, well, two things really, that I do as I start a video. And one of them is to powder my face, because I inevitably, after work, because I work, my faces need... what's the word to put... I wouldn't say oily, because I'm actually very dry. Combination is what people love to say, but I just, it's a day, so I need to touch up. And then I also want to put some lip gloss on, just because no matter what I have on my lips, which y'all know it's always Chanel, but the gloss part's usually off. The all-day wear is usually still on, which is what I have on. But I usually do need to gloss a bit. She'll be beautiful when I talk to you. And there's two products that I thought, you do this every time you do a YouTube video. Why don't you ever focus, or feature them? One is especially cheap, so I highly recommend it. I got this at the drugstore for my grandbaby. She left it before she went home. I forgot that that's what it was. I started using it, and then I thought, where did I get this product? It's Rimmel London, and it's the Stay Glossy. And why do I have it? And then it hit me, it was because it was my grandbaby's. And this particular color it doesn't have a color name. Now see, they really should be spanked, because you should put your color on, guys, or how's anybody going to ever know what's the color? I'm even looking on the sides, I'm looking on the bottom. Well, it's 2244 if that's the number. Can you see that good? 2244. But like on the top, it's a beautiful little crown, but hello, what's the color? And I'm looking on the barrel, nothing. On the stamp, on the barcode sticker, or anywhere on the packaging. We don't know, but 2244. Anyway, it is a very glossy, and it's great for if you're shooting YouTube videos, then this is extremely glossy. Look, I can just, it's so glossy. It is extremely moisturizing. It lasts pretty good. I don't know why I don't have this in my purse. Y'all know I'm not a huge gloss person in the first place. I usually use the gloss on the other end of the stick that I use for my paint on Chanel, which I think it's called Enduring Wear. In all the videos I've ever done that I talk about how incredible that product is, I don't think I've gotten the name right yet. I stink. Okay, and then the other thing that I use, and I found out, and if you already knew this, just say, bless her heart, that this company is actually owned by Chanel, and that is Bourjois. Now, who got me into Bourjois? The first time I ever used Bourjois, it was a lip gloss, my absolute favorite, number 40, and it was the 3D effect, and I fell in love with it because it was a mauve with a silver sparkle. And when I say sparkle, I mean you get in the sunlight and you are sparkling. And I absolutely loved it, because I only use lip gloss for sparkle. I say that, but look, I did it to be glossy. I've broken my rule. I'm out of my mind. Okay, anyway. So I fell in love with that. And when I got back from Paris, we had been in Paris, and I picked that up, and I loved it. And when I got back, I searched it, found it. Where did I find it at? It may have been Ulta. This discontinued the Bourjois line, or at least my local one did. And then I went online, and I could find like one or two of them, so I bought them up. And then that was the last time I have been able to find my color 40. There's 41. It's not the same. It's more brown. This one was more mauve, true mauve with silver, and it looked absolutely sensational on me. And so I fell in love with Bourjois. Well, I didn't think about it again as far as a line until I was watching an Amelia Liana, who I absolutely adore, on YouTube. And of all the things that she does, I love her blogging whenever Duke is involved. Like, I'm obsessed with Duke. Like, he has his own Instagram, and I follow it. But then I'm obsessed with my dogs, too. So, you know, I'm a dog person. You know how some people are cat people? I'm a dog person. And little cute, poofy dogs at that. But anyway, the thing that I really liked about her videos was when she did her product reviews. And she just really did a good one. I remember the first one I saw was, I think, 2013, end of 2013 going into 14, and she like reviewed like 25 products. I was never bored. I loved her background. I loved her video quality. I loved the way she spoke. I loved her sincerity. Still love her, but that's when I fell in love with her. And one of the things that she had talked about many times was the Bourjois Healthy Balance Foundation and the powder. And so I went and tried them both. I'm not super crazy about the foundation, but I'm going to give it another try. It's just a little heavy. Like I said, I'm giving it another try. And then also the Healthy Balance Foundation Serum, which I just saw also Jaclyn Hill highly recommend, which I actually think she got the recommendation from Kathleen Lights. So doing a lot of name dropping here, people you probably know. But you know me or you wouldn't be here. Or maybe you stumbled onto me. So please subscribe and like. But anyway. So I picked up the powder because Amelia had said this is an incredible powder. I have it on. Can I tell you, I only use Chanel powder. And it just occurred to me, this is what I use before my YouTube videos. And it looks like my Chanel powder. Now, I'm not saying it is the same product, but they do have the benefit of using the same technology and research and maybe some of the same scents or fragrances or colorations or formulations. I don't know. I know that I've had both a Lexus and a Toyota, and people say, oh, it's the same car, just a different name. And that is not true. There's a reason why a Lexus costs more. And you get the higher end of the benefit of the luxury part of who they are. And yet, their regular Toyotas are pretty awesome, too. So, I mean, yeah, so it's great. But they aren't the same. So, I wouldn't say that Bourjois and Chanel are the same. And certainly they aren't marketing-wise. And part of what, you just admit it, part of what you like is the name and the packaging, that black with the white CCs in the little circle. It's like, ooh, Chanel. This, it's red with a whole lot of writing. I would say, actually, this is not marketed well. It's just, it's too much writing. But anyway, I'm thinking that this powder on my face reminds me of my, I think it's called Double Wear powder from Chanel. And it's my go-to powder. And I'm thinking, much cheaper. I love my Chanel. Anyway, so I just wanted to pump me up to this lip gloss and this powder. That's what I always do before I start videoing because I have already had a day at work. And, you know, I need to. So, I'm almost 10 minutes into the video. Oh, by the way, one of the things that I use to put that powder on is a Sigma Beauty brush. And this is a kabuki, travel kabuki, so you see that it comes up and you can bring this down. And it is a domed, very teddy bear quality brush. You swish this around. You may have seen some powder fly off just then because I have a fan going in the background because it's so hot in this room. But you can swish this around in your powder, pull this up, and now you don't need to carry the compact, just this. And you can just go jing, jing, in your oily zone, on your nose, on your chin. And I always do this because I'm older, and so you want to give that little facelift look of this being polished and lighter. And it does. It kind of makes you look younger. So, tip for all you younger girls when you get old, like me. I looked like you at one time. I'm doing okay, you know, with makeup. Okay, so back to the brushes. So that's one brush I want to tell you about, and that was the Princess Grace. I'm not even sure that they've got it anymore in the pink. I think they do. If not, I know they probably have it on like Amazon or eBay or something. But I'm not sure if they're still at the the Sigma website, but I know they have the purple one, which is a flat top kabuki, and I think there's a red one. But I like the dome top, and I love that it's Princess Grace because I absolutely adore her. But anyway, here's my other brushes. We have a lot of them to go through, so I'm going to do it real quick. These are my essentials, and then a few extras. Okay, so face. For foundation, I have 2 brushes that are absolute essentials. And y'all probably heard of some of these because they're so great. People keep passing on the word that these are great brushes, and so lots of people talk about it. But it's the Sigma F80. There it is. It's black silver. The ferrules are very tight. The brushes are very soft, but they're very dense. It does not shed. It is the perfect thing for putting on your makeup. I love this brush. It's my all-time fave. I investigated IT Cosmetics brushes, fell in love with some of them, and then I investigated the IT Cosmetics Velvet Luxe line. That is this line. It's the black ones. They have the silver with the white. These are the black on black. And this is the 311, and it is a flawless face brush, and it is an angled kabuki. It is so dense and so soft, it's actually hard to get the makeup out when I clean it. But for putting makeup on, it is second to none so far. I mean, it's the best. I absolutely love it. It actually beats my Sigma Beauty, so if you're crazy about this one, guys, I advise you to try this one. Again, you can see it is an angled flat kabuki, and it is the best ever face foundation, liquid foundation or cream foundation brush that I have. Now for powder, I do use Sigma. I have some other ones that are for, you know, the big powder brushes, but I typically used MAC Studio Fix for powder, and I don't really do powder anymore. For one thing, because I'm older, and I would rather use foundation or cream, and also I just ended up switching these brushes because of that. Now, I don't always wear concealer, and I don't advise it if you're older, because anything that you put on your skin, it sets your wrinkles and your pores. In other words, if you have a pore that's like that, that's your pore, and you put something over it and it starts mashing down, it starts getting wider and wider, so it gets bigger and bigger. Same thing's true with a wrinkle. There's a wrinkle, the little V's in your skin, these long little V's here and here. And if you start filling that up, they get bigger and bigger and bigger because you keep putting stuff in it and it stretches them out. So the more you don't use makeup, especially concealer, unless you have really bad problems with blue circles on your eyes, which I do have a product that completely does cancel them, the better. So, but if I do use this IT Cosmetics, hand down, best one ever. This is their dual-ended concealer and what do you call it, powder? Finishing powder brush. So if I did put concealer on, if I dotted it on and did like this, and then I would swoosh it out, go up to my crow's feet, and then I go down like this to kind of even it out and get it not so much in the wrinkle, and then very quickly I use the powder, and I use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores and or Bye Bye Wrinkles. I can't remember which one it is. Bye Bye Pores. And dust it in there, and then dust it on, and then smooth it back, and that kind of sets it, and you're done. And I do usually do it right where either side of my nose, because as you get older, these pores start looking like an orange peel. Very quickly, I'm going to show you 4 brushes that I use to put on my eye makeup. Actually 5 every day. And it is the Sigma E45. No, I'm going to do them in the order that I use them. Sorry. The Sigma E70, and it's a medium angled shading brush. See the angle? And I use that, the butt end of it, the short end of it, right there with a white highlighter, and I put it in my inner corner, and then I turn it upside down and do it underneath my brow, and I can blend that out. So that's what I use that for. Then when I'm done with that, I do my transition shade, and that is a large fluffy E50. And I literally put it on there, and then I just get this whole area in between my upper brow and it's basically the crease, but then some. And so just get that, a good background. And then I really zero in with a darker color or a color, and that is with the small tapered blending E45, and you can see it is tapered. And I will put that in here. And then I'll kind of round it out right here on the end and bring it in a little to kind of round out that color. That actually has something on it. Look. Oops. And then I will take that same darker color and I will run it under my eye like a liner. Like that. Back and forth. Once. And sometimes I will also stamp that right at the lash line just to blend out any, like if I've done a liner or if I just want to get a black backdrop for when I put mascara on. And then to blend it all out, I use this tapered brush right here. Firstly at my nose, then right there where you had the two color changes, and then right here on the edges, just to make sure that it's a nice blended look. And then last but not least, if I use a contour, I use the tapered highlighter. And actually, I picked up the wrong one because I don't really highlight a lot. If I do, it's just right there. Never go back where the crow's feet are because I don't want to highlight them. But I put it right there with the tapered highlighter, and then there's also a blunt small contour, and I would do that just back here. If I want to do, you know, a really big amount of bronzer, I use a big bronzing brush. But usually I just do it right back here, and then I'll put blush right in front of it. And that I use the large angled contour, which is an E40 by Six Sigma. And again, these are all part of the, I said Six Sigma, it's Sigma Beauty. Six Sigma, I think, is a way to have results, to make a plan and have results and measure them. But anyway, that's another whole thing. It's the extravaganza, which means this is the 18 karat plate on the ferrules, and it goes real pretty in my bathroom. So I will go ahead and do my blush right above my contour, and then maybe just smile and round out right there. Don't come too far in. Sometimes I will do some just on the bridge of my nose, never the ball end, but just on my bridge, and it gives a little bit of a sunned look. And if I ever have fallout, I do use my small duo fiber F55 just to flick things out from under my eye. And sometimes if I want to, I could use this to have just a flawless finish for a cream foundation or a liquid foundation. So that's it. That's the brushes that I say are absolute must-haves. They are mostly Sigma, some IT Cosmetics. And anyway, so that's it, and I'll see you again in a minute.